everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Keiko Talks. As you can see, we're both in costume tonight. We're doing a visual podcast for everybody so that everybody can see the costumes that we decided to do this year. As well as playing some games. We're going to be doing a little trick-or-treat grab bag of fun little games for tonight's episode. So we hope you enjoy our costumes. We hope you enjoy the episode, and that you continue listening to the series as we celebrate for the entire month of October.
All right, so Courtney, give us like a little rundown on who you are.
Okay, so if you can't already tell by the blonde wig, I have decided
we're giving famous.
You can see the background is a red carpet.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that I am is famous from like the 80s show Baywatch, if anybody knows what that is. But I decided to be Pam Anderson for Halloween.
I love it.
The nails, the overstuffed bra.
Shout out.
I even did my makeup. I thinned out my eyebrows. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah, it literally looks like pencil lines.
Yeah, pencil line. I followed a makeup tutorial. Did the whole thing. I guess should I show my whole outfit?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me get up and make sure I stay school appropriate. Hang on, I'll come back. Okay. Okay, so this is the whole outfit. Can you still see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Look, I'm walking down the red carpet.
Hey, get it. Yes.
This is the rest of it. And the other thing.
Let's see the shoes. Yeah.
I don't want to show too much of mine. I do have black shorts under here, so hopefully nobody can see too much.
Yeah, it's giving real Figueroa Street. That's what we call it.
What shoes look like.
Facts. I love it.
Yeah, that's the whole outfit. These are very painful, FYI. That's why I'm not going to wear them the whole episode.
Already copping out the darn outfit.
So, yes, I'm Pam Anderson.
Love it. Okay. So,
also, can I show the nails?
Oh, yeah. Show the nails.
Catelyn made these nails.
It's giving cute. They're actually Halloween nails, but I feel like it's like subtle, so it's perfect.
Yes, and I got
the rings and jewelry.
And I even did this. So yeah, I might start doing this makeup a little. Like this makes me feel very drag queen. They're like penciled in eyebrows and stuff.
I agree. I think it's giving very drag. I'm here for it.
Yes, I wish I was going to a real costume party.
Facts.
Because this would be great. Okay, your episode.
Even how you're like acting right now with the boobs and stuff, that's very like Pam, you know?
Yeah, I also stuffed my bra. My boobs are not as big. I stuffed my bra with 2 pairs of socks. Okay, well, whatever.
It is what it is because you're going to be rude.
Well, because I'm going to look back on this and be like, who is that? Because this is definitely not me.
I love it. Okay, so I am. So what really inspired me, I think it was Aunt Viv when she like went to that workout class at one time.
Yeah.
So that's what, and she like did the whole like dance routine or whatever. So that's kind of like what inspired me. And so I initially wanted to be Cruella de Vil, but I was just not finding like the Cruella that I wanted to be. So I was like, okay, we got to switch it up. And by this time, it was like a little too late for me to buy all these things. So I was like, let me see what I got in the house. So I was like, let me do like a nice Aunt Viv workout type of look. And it is truly giving. So let me just give you guys a little show. So we got the leotard and the leggings. And can you see it? Let me back up.
Yeah.
All right. So, that's probably too far now. All right.
Yeah.
So we got the leggings and the leotard. And then here's the shoes. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
With the socks.
Mm-hmm.
The leg warmers, that's what they're called. So I am like Aunt Viv workout. Got my weights, my little arm weight. And let's get physical. Long hair, Fair. So yeah, that's what I am. Which I probably do need to work out, but not anytime soon. I also have little fur friends around somewhere. Come here, Lloyd. Come show me your parachutes. He looks like MC Hammer with his parachute pants. I'll show them when they come around. Okay.
Yeah, that's our costumes. We're going to do another episode, so we have additional costumes. But we had too many costume ideas not to share them, so I'm glad we were able to do a visual so people can see what we look like. And maybe we can post pictures too on our Instagram of solid pictures of what we look like for Halloween too.
For sure. Yeah, that'd be cute. On our Keiko Talks.
Yeah, that way if you can't see everything right now, you can see it later.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good idea. So what are we doing today, Courtney?
So today we're going to be doing a little Halloween grab bag of games, like I was saying in the introduction. And let me pull them up right now. The first one we have is actually a choose your own horror story quiz, which I'm going to be reading out. Or actually, you can click on it too. But basically what you do is we'll read the story and we'll both choose. You choose basically your adventure. So you have one or two options of how to continue the narrative.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, I'll read out little prompt, and then we'll choose one or the other.
Got it. Okay.
Okay. So you're walking through the woods at night and everything is pitch black, except for the flashlight on your phone. But before you, there's a path that leads into deeper woods where your friend's cabin awaits. You've been there before, but never at nighttime. Do you keep walking? Call your friend.
We're calling my friend.
Yeah, we're calling a friend.
We're calling a friend. Keep walking through the woods.
Exactly. Okay, it says, before venturing off into the dark on your own, you decide to call your friend to see if they can meet you. But as you're dialing their number, you realize that you'll have to turn the flashlight off on your phone if you want to reach them. Do you turn the flashlight off and call them? Text them instead.
I'm probably going to text first.
Yeah, I'm a text.
Yeah.
Okay, you decide to shoot them a quick text, but after sending, hey, I'm here, could you meet me halfway? I'm kind of scared, LOL. The message fails to send. Great, just great, you think. That's when you hear the snap of a twig behind you. You turn around, pointing your flashlight at the line of trees, but there's nothing there. You're really freaking yourself out. You better get a move on. The faster you get to the cabin, the better. When you get to a fork in the path, you realize that you can't remember which way to go. So do you go right or go left?
They should have had an option go back to the car.
Right.
Because this adventure, this trip, this visit is now over.
Exactly.
So,
I guess I'm gonna go
right.
I'm going left.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
Ready?
So wait to see who goes.
Rock, paper, scissors. Because does it change the narrative of the story?
Yeah, whichever one you decide.
Okay, rock, paper, scissors. Who gets to decide?
Wait, you're doing it too, right?
What, rock, paper, scissors?
No, you're doing it on the article I sent, right?
Yeah, but we're gonna get two different stories, right?
Yeah, that's the point.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go right.
I went left.
Okay.
Okay, you want to read yours first about where it is? Where right?
So now I'm right, and it says you decided to go right. You're pretty sure this is the way. And look at that, you were correct. The cabin is just ahead. But wait a second, the windows are dark. Where's your friend? You knock when no one answers. The front door unlocks, so you go inside and call out for your friend. There's no response. When you try to turn on the light, nothing happens. You take a look at your phone and see that it's on 6%. It's going to die at any second. Did the lights go on at the same time you were here? If you remember correctly, your friend said there was a generator in the basement and a flashlight or some candles in the attic. And then it says you can investigate the attic or you can investigate the basement. Like I said, we would have been back at the car in actuality, but we're going to get the basement.
Okay, let me read my left side.
Okay.
So it says you decide to go left. You're pretty sure this is the right way, but as you're walking, things are getting less and less familiar. Just when you're about to turn around, you think you hear something following you along the path, so you decide to pick up your speed. The path leads to a clearing, and you see two cabins. One of them is painted baby pink, and the other looks very old and worn. Through the windows of both cabins, you can see light, which means they're both occupied. Maybe one of them has a landline I could use, or at the very least, give me directions, you think. At any rate, you want to get off the path and out of the woods for a bit. Even if the thing following you was just your imagination, you're still a little spooked. Go to the pink cabin, go to the old cabin. I mean, both are creepy in different ways.
Yeah, I feel like pink is it's giving a facade of like new, great.
Yeah,
but it's something fishy.
Fishy. But then again, the old is like anything could be in there. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go with pink.
Okay.
Now, where did you decide to go?
Okay, so I decided to go to the basement, and mine says, looking for the generator sounds like a good plan. As you head for the basement door, you remember a scary story your friend told you. It was something about a ghost named Bloody Maria who had been murdered here in the basement years ago, and that her spirit still haunts this place. And you can see that the very spot where she had been murdered because there's still a dark spot on the concrete from where her blood had pooled. But that was just a story, right? You rethink going down to the basement. Because I feel like addicts, they be having like dolls and dead bodies.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the basement still. We need to figure out how we're gonna get out of here. Like I said, I would have been gone, but for the story's sake.
All right, so you start to walk to the pink cabin. You climb the porch steps and knock on the door. A sweet old lady in a nightgown answers the door. This sounds creepy already. Hello there, she says. Why, you look frightened half to death. Are you okay? Hi, I seem to be a little lost. I was looking for my friend's cabin and I got turned around and now my phone doesn't have any service. Do you think I could use your phone? I'm sorry, but I don't have a phone. But I probably have an old map somewhere. I can make some tea for you to enjoy while I look, if you'd like. You look at the other cabin. Maybe they have a phone, you think. Yeah. On the other hand, tea does sound nice. Accept decline.
Decline. They're going to poison you. Little old lady.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, maybe I should decline. Because,
yeah, definitely. Yeah. You don't know this about old lady.
Yeah, old lady. Yours?
Yeah, so I decided to go down to the basement, and it says, you decided to go down to the basement anyway. After all, it's just a silly old ghost story. You take the stairs down and using a flashlight on your phone can make out the spot on the concrete floor where your friend said Bloody Maria had supposedly died. First of all, why is my friend living here?
Yeah, that's weird.
So you have the option of inspecting the dark spot or ignore the dark spot. We're going to ignore it. We're not going to give Maria any of our time or attention.
All right.
All right, your turn.
I'm so sorry, but no, this is what I'm saying to the lady. I really need to get in contact with my friend, you say, and start to walk away. I'd be careful if I were you, the lady says, looking up at the night sky. It's a full moon, and those woods, well, you better watch out. One day, many years ago, my son went into those woods at night, and he never came back. Oh, God. I'll be fine, thanks. You walk away and hear the old lady lock the door behind you. You shudder as you replay the words in your head. Looking up, you see she was right. It is a full moon. You look at the other cabin and then at the path that leads back to the woods. You think, what should I do?
Drink the tea.
Buy the older cabin, search for your friend's cabin. I feel like you're there now. I say search for your friend, but the other part of me is like, I mean, we just came out of the woods safer.
That old man in that creepy house? What is it going to be there? Probably a dead body.
I don't know. I say, I mean, not that the old cabin is gonna like have. I don't know. I mean, I would rather try the old cabin. Exhaust my options.
Let's see.
Let's see.
All right. So I chose to ignore Bloody Maria's spot. So it says you ignored the spot. It's just a dumb story your friend told you. Besides, look for the generator is much better use of your time. You find the generator on the far right side of the basement. You flip the switch and pull the cord like your friend taught you, and the generator roars to life. As the basement light flickers on, you think you see a figure of a woman by the stair. Gasp and whip your head in that direction, but there's nothing there. Just a trick of the light, you think. That's when you notice a dusty Ouija board on the floor. The option to play with the Ouija board or don't play with it. And we're not going to play with it. We're just not going to do that.
Right?
No.
That's weird. Okay. You decide to knock on the door of the older cabin. There's no answer, so you decide to knock one more time. From the other side of the door, you hear the sound of footsteps and a heavy sigh. An old man in a worn-down flannel answers the door. What do you want? He asked. I was hoping I could use your landline. Don't have one. Go away, he says, peeking around the door suspiciously. You respond.
I wonder if he has your friend.
Please come in. Please let me come in. Sorry for bothering you. I'm going with sorry for bothering you. He's
already given all vibes. Run.
Yeah, right?
All right. So I chose not to play with a Ouija board. So it says, nope, nope, nope. This is way too creepy for you. You run up the stairs and close the basement door behind you. You notice that your heart is beating really hard in your chest, and you laugh at yourself for letting your imagination get the best of you. But that's when you hear the sound of long nails scratching against the cabin windows. You turn around. You turn towards the sound and see a figure of the other side of the window with long, dark hair and pale eyes. You could either hide or run. We're going to run. Like, I'm not going to hide there and stay with it. No.
Wow. Okay, so I'm saying sorry for bothering you.
Okay.
Sorry for bothering you, you say. As you step off the porch, you can feel his eyes on you. Hey, kid, the old man says, looking at you and then up the sky. It's a full moon tonight. I'd stick to the path if I were you. It's not safe around these parts this time of month. And with that, he closes the door and locks it behind him. You look up and see that he's correct. The moon is full. But it's just the moon. It can't hurt you, right? But if that's the case, then why is it making you so nervous? Forget this place, you think, and decide to walk back to your car. As you're searching blindly through the woods, you hear a howl, and it sounds alarmingly close. You pick up the pace and hope it's just a fox or coyote. But by the sound of it, that doesn't seem likely. It sounds big. Suddenly, there's a bad feeling in the pit of your stomach, and you freeze. You look down at your feet and see that the path has vanished. Oh, no. You must have accidentally wandered off it while you were in a hurry. And now there's something really big running through the trees, and it sounds like it's fast and coming right towards you. You realize that running is futile. There are only two options: hide, fight. I don't know. I'm hiding. I think I'm hiding.
Here's the thing, though. If it's like an animal, it's going to find your scent for hiding.
That's true.
So if it's like a spirit, then obviously hiding, they know where you're at.
I'm like fight to get back to where I gotta go.
Yeah, I'll probably fight.
I guess, well, yeah, fighting probably makes more sense here.
I mean, at least fight your way back to the car.
Yeah, fight my way back to the car. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. So I chose to run. So it says, that's it. Things are getting too weird around here, you think, before the demonic figure in the window can make another scratch with his nails. You're out the door and running back to your car. The trees are wearing past some of the branches, scratching at your face like claws, but you pay them no mind. You're focused on getting out of this place. You get to the fork in the road you have previously passed. It asks to make a right or a left. And I'm going to make a left because I already made a right. So your girl don't get lost. Not happening. Hopefully this is right.
Yes. Okay. Mine says you find a large branch on the ground and pick it up. Wielding it like a sword, you hear the beast getting closer and closer. It bursts through a line of trees and stands before you, almost 2 or 3 feet taller than you. It's on its hind legs, yet its face looks like it's a wolf. You wonder what this awful creature could possibly be. But with the full moon high overhead, you think you have a pretty good idea. A werewolf. It lunges at you, and you swing your branch with everything you got. To your surprise, the branch actually hits the creature in the eye, piercing the skin. The werewolf yelps and claws at the hole where its eye used to be. With its tail tucked between its legs, it runs off whimpering. You look at the end of your branch and see the werewolf's eyes still clinging to the end, and the sight makes you faint. You fall to the forest floor, and the darkness takes over.
This is giving like Alice in Wonderland.
Right? And then the only option is wake up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so mine says you take the left path and keep running. You're pretty sure this is the right direction. Wait a second. Another fork in the path. You don't remember this.
Too many forks.
So I get 3 options this time. You can go right, you can go left, or you can go back. We're going to go right because right is right, in theory. And so it says you start running in that direction, but nothing is looking familiar now. Nothing is looking familiar. You come to another fork in the path. You hesitate. Oh, great. Okay. Oh, it just keeps going downhill.
Right. Okay. Mine says when you wake up this morning and there are birds singing sweetly in the trees, oh my God, what a nightmare, you think. But if it was just a nightmare, how did you end up in the forest? Maybe you had been sleepwalking. Yeah, that has to be it. After dusting yourself off, you walk through the forest and come across your friend's cabin. You let yourself in, and your friend is in the kitchen cooking breakfast. Where were you last night? I was worried about you. They say their back turned as you're flipping something on the stove. You're not going to believe this, but I have the strangest dream. Then your friend turns around and you see that they have an eye patch. Oh no. On their plate is a raw piece of meat, all red and juicy. It's okay, no hard feelings, they say. And you don't have to be here for another month. The end.
A friend was giving creep. All right, so mine says, again, you start to run without even thinking. After almost half an hour of running, which, I would have been dead by now. The girl is not running for that long. You look down and realize you're not even on the path anymore. You curse at yourself, but then remember your keys. You take them out of your pocket and click the alarm on the fob in hopes that the horn will lead you back to civilization. But as you press the button, the sound of your car's alarm somehow comes from all around. But that's impossible. You think that's when you realize, and that's when you realize the woods have swallowed you whole and you will never escape them, no matter how far or fast you run. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. So basically, I just died. I've been engulfed by the forest. Whoa. Like I said, they should have gave me the option to go back to my car from the get-go.
You should have chose left when you chose right at the beginning.
Then I would have been where you are.
I'm still alive. My friend, I can call things off with a friend. The friend is a werewolf.
He's going to haunt you, but you took his eye. He's going to haunt you.
Yeah, I took his eye, but I don't have to go around his house no more. After that, I'll be like, well, I gotta go, buddy. It's been fun.
I'm just stuck in the forest. At least he saved you, He pulled you out the gutter, wherever you fell.
Yeah. But it was the friend creeping up the whole time then. Like, the sound of the woods was a friend the entire time.
Facts. Oh, we have a little friend. Let's see. Gosh. Okay. Let me see if I can catch him. Gosh. No, he doesn't want to be bothered. He ran. That's the real creep dinosaur werewolf looking
in the woods.
That's
Monster up under
there.
the
How did you feel about your
outcome?
Yeah.
I'm glad that I was alive.
Yeah, that's true. I guess I died.
And I'd rather be alive and like just deal with a psycho friend than dead.
But technically I'm not dead. I'm just like in another realm.
Okay.
Technically. But is that realm very pleasant?
I feel like my life got cut way too short.
Seriously. All because his friend want to live out here in the woods.
Capped in the woods, yeah.
Like, ma'am,
That's problem number one.
Yeah, seriously.
Why I got a friend in the woods.
Seriously. And why are you a werewolf and you didn't tell me? How about that? Because I thought friendship was built around honesty.
Exactly.
Apparently not.
Right.
Okay. So what are we playing next?
Next is Halloween Guess Who? Okay. So it'll be sort of like a real life, I guess sort of like charades almost, Guess Who. Yeah. But you remember the game Guess Who where we used to like, is this person?
Yeah.
Like it'll be like that. You know how we used to play Guess Who with like that? Okay. Our words obviously are Halloween themed. So yeah. And because Caitlin and I aren't in the same room, we're going to do it a little bit differently where Caitlin is going to basically have my cards and I'm going to have the ones for her.
Okay, so am I the second one or the first one?
You be the first one. Okay. And I'll be the second link. If I can get it on up here. You should have. Oh no, does it just give you? It doesn't give you the words specifically in there.
You have to do it one per line.
Yeah, copy that whole thing and then space them out.
Got it.
I did that earlier, so I was thinking that it should just copy over, but apparently not. That's wild and annoying because I literally prepped this.
Okay. It doesn't take that long, so.
No, it doesn't. But make sure you space in between or else it'll put the whole thing as one item. So you want to make sure that. Okay. Each word has its own like return, I guess. So basically it's online.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah. So you kind of have to like go through and make sure. That's what takes the longest, to be honest with you. And you did the first set, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure because they're all different words. I wanted to make sure we have different words for each of us. So.
Okay. I got my first one.
Got your first word. I'm almost done getting mine together. Hold on. All right. Okay, so you want to go first with me then?
Sure. So we're acting out or are we just like describing?
Let's act it out because I don't have any reference to like, you know how I guess you got to put down which one's which.
Got it. Or maybe we should like write it down and we can just like scratch it off.
Yeah, I guess we could do that.
I feel like Guess Who would be like more fun.
So like the questions?
Yeah, so like write down all the ones that you have. And like you can just write down the questions that you asked. And like the responses so you know who it is and isn't. Okay.
Yeah, I guess we'll do that.
Okay.
So I guess this could be anything. So
yeah.
Is this a person, place, or thing?
It's none of those.
Okay. So it's not a person, place, or thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you want to ask me a question?
Yeah. Or you can go all at once and then. Well, I guess we go back and forth. Okay, so we go back and forth. Am I a person, place, thing, or an action?
You are a thing.
Okay.
Am I an action?
Yes.
Okay. So it's like a verb.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I get another question, right? Is this action like scary action? Like,
no.
Okay, not scary. Okay, you go.
Okay. Am I like a body part that you would find on an animal or a human?
No.
Okay.
Okay, not scary. Is this like a fall related activity?
Yes.
Okay. Does it have to do with pumpkins?
Yes.
Is it pumpkin carving?
Wait, Courtney, you said if I'm taking the one, right? So you need to describe something for number one, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Pumpkin carving's in section 2.
Okay, so it's not pumpkin carving.
Because that's not even your section.
That is my section.
Yeah, but I had to put in section 1 so that I can, like, you were guessing for section 1. Does that make sense? And I'm guessing.
I really didn't remember where I put that one. That's why I was just guessing. I don't know if you had it or I had it.
No, that's in section 2. It's not pumpkin carving. You don't have a list up so you can cross them off?
I do, but I don't see every word.
Okay.
Wait, are we playing a different game?
No, we're playing Guess Who.
No, I know, but I'm not crossing anything off because, like, you don't see. I thought you didn't see my list. Do you see my list?
Yeah, I see it.
So you're using my list to cross off my words.
No, I'm using your list to cross off words that are not applicable to the questions I'm asking. So guess you have like the characters, and like when you figure out it's not this person, you like take them down.
Yeah.
So that.
Okay, that's not what I was doing. I was just guessing randomly. But okay. Your way makes more sense. Makes more sense. That's actually like Guess Who.
Yeah.
Okay, well then let's start doing that.
All right. Honey, you got to lose.
Okay, so it's not. So then cross it off my list because I have pumpkin carving. Okay, cool. So you ask a question then.
Okay. Let's see. Is this? Is it scary?
Freaky. So yeah, I guess scary.
Freaky?
Mm-hmm.
Like I would find this freaky.
I mean, most people would find it freaky.
Okay. All right. Is it related to a human, or like a human can experience this, can become this, may have this, anything to relate it with like a human?
In a way. Yeah. I mean, it's related to the human body.
Okay.
Like So yes, a human can have this. Is it a live human or a dead human?
Got it. But it's not like related to an animal, or can an animal experience this too?
No, an animal could also have one.
Okay.
Okay, so you said mine's an action. Is it trick or treating?
Yes.
That's the only action on here. Okay. No, so you gave it away now because I was just about to just say whatever. But
I thought it was too easy. Homegirl still over here asking questions.
Because I wasn't looking at the list. I don't know why that never dawned on me. Okay, so I got one. Check.
Okay, so Courtney, you get a win. Okay, what was mine then? Or do I keep going?
Yeah, you can keep going. We're just going to do tallies. I got one.
Yeah, but you already won that round. So technically you won.
Okay, yours was Tombstone.
Oh, Tombstone? Okay, yeah. Okay, let's pull another one and see what we get. Can you just put it back in there again? Is that how that works?
Just do draw again. Just click draw again and it should give you a different one.
All right.
Okay. I got one.
I press it a couple times just to see what I get. Okay. So I think we should only ask yes or no questions. That makes it a little more challenging.
Yeah.
Okay. Since you won, you can go first.
Is this a person, place, or is this a person?
No.
All right, go ahead.
Is this a thing?
Yes.
Okay. You're free to ask your question.
No, you go. You got a yes.
Oh, you okay? Is this is it living?
No.
Okay, so it's not living.
Is this a thing? This is a thing. Yes. Mine is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Oh, is this an animal? Referencing an animal?
Okay. Is it related to death?
Yes, and I mean it's a yes and a no, but more. I would say more no.
Okay.
Is mine associated with a fall activity?
No. Not necessarily. It can be, but it's not necessarily.
Okay. All right.
Let's see. Is this thing in between the state of living and being?
No.
Okay.
Is this thing you said it's not associated with fall, really?
Not necessarily. It can be.
Is it a liquid?
No.
Associated with being
No.
liquid. Okay.
Is it a character?
No. Is this a popular song?
No. Is this something that an insect would make?
Yes.
Okay. It's a spider web.
Yes.
Okay.
I would. The question was like, you were asking me like, is it dead or alive? And I was like, well, technically, a cobweb rolls up like you're dead when you're in a cobweb.
Yeah.
But it's not a living thing either. It's like,
yeah,
it's like a tool, a mechanism, you know?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. You were so close to yours, but I didn't know how to answer this. I was like, no, it's not this. You're like, is it an animal? And it's not an animal. It's an insect. Yours a spider. So I was like, she could have had it, but like, it's not really an animal.
Yeah.
So, okay. You want to do one more round?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see what we get this time.
All right. Do you want to go first since you won? Tie up who wins. This is the tiebreaker round since it's one for you, one for me.
Okay. Sounds good. Is it a living? No, let me not ask that. Is it is it an action?
No.
Okay.
Is mine a mythical creature?
Yes.
Okay.
Is mine in between the states of living and death?
Sort of.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, sort of. That's really all I can say for that. Sort of.
Okay.
Is mine referencing a popular literature? Like Halloween?
I believe so. I'm not quite sure because I'm not super familiar, but I believe so.
Okay. You said mine is a mythical creature, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay. Does mine take the shape of an animal or is it referencing an animal?
Neither.
Okay.
It depends on how you look at that question. So I'm going to say neither.
Okay.
Let's see. Is this
let me look at your word. Hold on. Did I forget what your word was? Okay.
Is it any type of character? Like, would I've seen this in a movie?
Yes. You would see it.
And it is, you already said it is between living and, it's in between living and not living.
Yes.
It's in between living and not living. Was this thing breathing at one point?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in the shape of a human?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a character?
Wait, you already asked that question?
Is it a character?
Yeah, I thought you asked that question.
That's the last round, yeah.
We'll say there are characters who take this form.
Okay, so it's not a specified character.
No.
Okay. All right, your turn.
I'm taking wild. Well, is this person a vampire?
Yes.
Dracula.
Yes. Lordy.
You were so close to yours.
I know. Was it wizard?
Yes.
I was like, I know it's wizard. My last question was going to be, does it deal with like potions? And I would have had it.
Because a wizard is technically not really a human.
Yeah.
It's like somebody who's like otherworldly, you know?
Exactly, yeah. But it is like not dead. So.
They're not dead. Yeah, they're not dead. It's almost like this other like spirit, sort of. But in kind of in a human body.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like a different
I don't know how to answer that fully.
So I feel that. Yeah, I didn't know how to answer the Dracula question because I think what you asked, is it like take the form of animals? But like if you consider humans animals, then yes.
Yeah.
But it just depends on like what you consider like that to be.
I was trying to weed out werewolf, bat, and spider.
Really? I thought you would be stuck between Frankenstein and Dracula because you're like, is it a book? And I was like, those are books.
That eventually helped me wear it down, but I asked the animal question before. So I was like, it's either going to be Frankenstein, Dracula, witches.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly a werewolf, because I feel like literature has referred to werewolves at times. But
yeah,
I was trying to just get rid of like, is it specifically an animal form or is it like referring to literature?
Yeah. I feel that. You did good though. You won, so jealous.
Ooh. I won only by a hair though, because you're about to get wizard. I knew you were about to get wizard because you only came down to 3. I was like, damn, she about to get this.
I know, you literally like, let me just take a guess. It's like,
just get right on in here. Is it Dracula?
That's funny.
Yep. Yeah, those were the games I came up with. We can yeah, I wanted to do something. Obviously, like we can't really do drinking games because we're on the internet. And no fun getting drunk alone, know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, so those were the games that we had for this episode. But now let's get into some shady, spooky topics from the Shade Room.
All right, what you got for us, Courtney? Let's get shady. A little foggy. Fog room today.
Fog room, yes. So the one I like that I see on the Shade Room is about the inmate in Georgia who allegedly swindled $11 million from a billionaire and purchased a $4 million mansion by impersonating a billionaire.
I'm not even mad. I'm honestly, I can't even be mad.
I'm not mad either.
Me either. He really like beat the millionaire at its own game. So
Yeah, apparently the guy's only 31 years old. The inmate, his name is Arthur Lee Cofield Jr.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Georgia, actually. And he was basically, it's like Moneyball, or he pretended to be the chairman of CEO of Sydney Kimmel Entertainment, so a Los Angeles-based company that produced films like Hell or High Water or Crazy Rich Asians and Moneyball, which like everybody knows those are major big blockbuster films.
Mm-hmm.
So he was pretending to be a movie mogul and swindled $11 million.
I mean, that is a lot of money. Part of me is like, can't be mad about it. The only thing that I'm like, obviously you shouldn't steal, so okay, cool. But like, he's already a millionaire.
Exactly. Or he was impersonating somebody who is a billionaire. Mm-hmm. Sydney Kimmel was apparently a movie mogul.
Mm-hmm.
And stole $11 million.
$1 billion. I'm sure $1 million is like nothing to you.
I agree.
My only thing is like, did he know when he was going to get out of jail? Because if you had like no soon, I guess, sentence or a release date, what are you going to do with the house?
Agreed. I mean, the only thing about it, I think that's kind of disingenuous is, I mean, obviously the like theft, I guess. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like you're stealing from somebody who like physically cannot count as much money that they have. So like billionaires really shouldn't exist. So like
yeah, I mean it's a huge disparity. So
exactly. So I mean he's already an inmate, so life of crime. Something he's used to. He's not opposed to criminal proceedings, you know. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he's getting more jail time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he definitely is. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you did not have like a recent or soon release coming up, now you really have no chance of getting to that house. So I'm confused. And I mean, don't be wrong. Like, maybe the billionaire himself is not paying attention to his accounts, but that's why they have accountants. They can pay people to do these things for them to keep track of that. So I wonder how he like took the 11 million. Like, did he take it at like piece by piece, or he just took 11 million? Because that's not smart. That's just not smart.
I don't know. I don't know how long he was doing this. Yeah. He was already in for armed robbery. But he apparently he may have gotten away with stealing millions from other billionaires as well. So I'm sure he probably set up as like, oh, well, you're investing in my company or you're like whatever. Then, but it's a fraudulent company, right? So like that's probably how he ended up getting large sums of money transferred to him at one time, you know, because like if a billionaire has billions of dollars, then it's nothing for them to transfer 10 million or whatever.
Very true.
So especially if they think, oh, I'm investing in a film project.
Yeah, I wish there was more detail so we would know like how did that happen? Because there's some details.
They're still investigating apparently.
What did you say?
I think they're still investigating it apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure he'll be charged. I mean, it seems like he didn't deny it. So
yeah. He was doing all this through a smuggled cell phone in prison.
Interesting.
So
that's bold.
But I didn't know there was somebody named Sydney Kimmel who was that rich.
I'm not surprised.
I know.
We already know the demographics.
Yeah.
You know, one thing I wanted, like I saw in the shade room the other day was, I think you even told me this too, but the not Jay-Z, 50 Cent son thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
remind me of that.
So 50 Cent gives his child, who I want to say is like, he's like 25, I think. Is it right? 25, a certain amount of money in like child support still, but this kid is, grown. And I hate to say kid, this adult is grown. This adult can work. This adult can function for themselves. Nothing's wrong with this person. But his dad still pays child support, and the amount that he paid, his dad, 50 Cent, paid in child support was not enough. So I think the amount was like, I think it was like maybe 6,000 something, maybe.
Yeah, it was 6,700.
6,700, yeah, okay. So 6,700, right? I mean, that's more than I make that's what I make. So I'm not understanding, but
like you had a good paying job and you weren't working.
Yeah. And the thing is, it wasn't even a job. You didn't have to do anything, nothing, just be you, live your life, not saying anything.
Just making just under $100,000, like what, like 80, almost 90,000?
Doing nothing.
Like for being 50 Cent's kid. And not saying that, I think in some ways, if parents can help their children and their kids are putting in effort to their lives, that's great to help, to be in a position to help your child. But I think there's a level of real entitlement coming from expecting your father to pay child support for you, and you are good and grown. You're 25.
And I think that's the problem for me. Like, and so I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna go back to this. So apparently, he made another post about it, and he was saying how people are calling him entitled, whatever. And this is what his comment says: since y'all think 6,700 is so much money, someone tell my pops I will pay him 6,700 for just 24 hours of his time so that we can do everything I ever wanted to do with him as a kid. Red, yellow, green, whatever color he like. But my thing is,
that sounds unhealed to me. That just feels very so don't get me wrong now, aside from 50 Cent's lack of parenting, because that's true, he probably was not in his child's life, and I'm not taking away that experience, because I understand the severity of that experience. But I do think at some point you gotta be responsible for your own life and livelihood, regardless of what your mom does, regardless of what your dad does.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, dad is rich does not equal kid is rich.
Exactly.
As those are not the same. So unless that person has left you that money, it's not yours. You're not entitled to it. You don't have to get it. You don't have to get the benefits of it. That is a luxury. And that is why the idea of entitlement has been brought up specifically in this case, because it's not yours. You are homeless. You don't have anything. You're talking about 6,700 isn't enough, but if I wasn't giving you this 6,700, then you wouldn't have anything because you're not working. So, it's getting real ungrateful.
6,700 a month is a lot. That's people work up to get to that.
Yes.
Income level. Yeah, that's way beyond, unfortunately, what the average 20-something-year-old is making, unless you're in the STEM field or you're doing some tech or something. But most times at 25, you're not making that doing regular jobs. So you're quite blessed, actually. You're living beyond where 25.
You're doing nothing. Because I'm telling you, if you're making, typically, especially in the world that we live in, unless you're in a special field like tech or STEM or something like that, you really got to work. That's not, if you're making that kind of money, you really have to be putting in some work. You're a manager, you're a CEO, you're this, that, and the other. And then that's not to say you to do your dues to get there, but that's not just handed to you. Okay. So for you to be so nonchalant about the 6,700 is wild.
Yeah. Especially, it shows you're out of touch. He's clearly out of touch with where an average 25-year-old has been, because his dad's probably been paying that his entire life, if not maybe more at a certain point. Because Because I could imagine they may or may not have actually just adjusted that given his age.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been brought down to 67 and like was probably more potentially when he was younger. You know what I mean? And living with his mother, I'm assuming.
Very true. And I mean, me personally, I was under the assumption like if you were not doing anything with your life, then you don't get that type of support. So I wonder if legally maybe it's ended, but he just like continues to support his child, because or whatever. Because like legally, I thought first of all there's an age cap, and for two, if you are not in college or doing something with your life, then you don't get it. So
maybe legal. I mean, we'd have to look up the specific laws of it, but I think I actually agree with you. I think it's over the age of like 24 or something. Yeah. They give you like a grace period for like if you don't go to college directly out of high school. And so you finish later than other people. But I think it's definitely before the age of like 25 is when they start to cut off like, okay, you're not a college student anymore. Yeah, you're an adult, usually. You know, and even sometimes 23, 24. I mean, shoot, I'm getting kicked off the insurance and we're 25.
Thank you.
Or I'm not ready. Like, the bank will end your little special deals for like college age student or whatever. Like they end all that stuff by the time you're 25.
I don't know.
It's been switched over to regular adulthood. So
and honestly, it was switched over. Not they literally was just like, here's your new account. And I was like, well, what the perks at?
Exactly. They're like, we know what your age is. You're an adult now, so figure it out. So
right now they're charging account fees. Like, slow down.
Exactly, right? So I think, he's blessed in the sense that his father is somebody of note who can give him the $6,700 a month because most fathers cannot give in child support $6,700 a month.
I do get what he's saying in the sense of like he wants his dad to be present and not just about the money. I do get that if that's genuine. I don't know how genuine that is. He's still given and entitled. Mind you, in the picture that he posted on Instagram, he literally has, I guess, I don't know if that's the money that he got from his dad or not. I don't know if it's real or fake. I can't really tell. But it's literally like the money spells out entitled. And he's just sitting on the floor.
You're not making a case for yourself if you really are trying to get worse.
The picture,
I'm like, you are not thinking this through from a PR perspective. Like, you want empathy and sympathy for your case, but you're doing things that make you look brattier.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if he really was like in school and like could not work for whatever reason, and his dad's child support was helping him to pay for his classes or pay whatever. Yeah. I could understand something like that. Or even if it was just going to pay his living expenses while he was pursuing something. It seems like he just does not work or is not like, let me pursue something, you know? Unless maybe he is pursuing something and I just don't know it.
Maybe. We haven't seen anything, so, it's just speculation. Yeah. Anyway, so another, I guess, rapper person in the rap music community or whatever, he commented, "You stupid," at the Sun, Marquise. And he said, "I'll take 5 over here myself. I might even play some games with you." And I think the reason why that's funny is because it's kind of like, he is really acting like a child. And that may be from some trauma and stuff like that. But like, I'm not saying money is everything, but you at least have the benefit of being able to have that as a resource. There's really some people out here who don't have a dad, don't have any resources, really are struggling, and you're complaining about $6,700, Mr. Sir, when, don't get me wrong, I promote you spend time with your dad, but like, you could at least take that money and make an investment and have something for yourself. You're not
at the I was like, if anything, I would have been like, to be honest, even if his child support was getting lower and it wasn't what I usually expected, I would take that money, either invest it or put myself in a nice apartment, honestly, $6,700 a month, that could get you a good condo, something that could hold material like wealth. And like, you could start really, he's actually giving you a leg up, I think.
Yeah.
And look, we have definitely had parents issues with child support in our life. Okay. We don't, I'm never one to really empathize with the parent not paying child support. But in this situation, it really does feel very much like the child is sort of looking, I hate to say it, but like looking for his father to hand him something that I feel like the father at this age doesn't necessarily owe you. Like,
for sure.
I mean, we're 20-something. We don't get a dime from really either one of our parents. And one of our parents was on child support for a long time. No. Like be like angry about it or something. Like there's a mystery, and it's like, and honestly, it shows how out of touch you must be, because if you think $6,700 per month consistently is not enough money, what kind of lifestyle are you used to?
It's expected.
Yeah,
you think that's
I'm like,
expected.
what other life? How much more better were you living? Like, you must have been living you must have been living on an even further echelon than that to think $6,700 is crumbs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's given strange to me.
Yeah. It's giving entitled.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. Which I think he's only saying like, I think maybe he really does want to sit down, but I don't think he's still going to have a level of expectation. So I don't think that sit down is necessarily going to do him any good. Like, unless he's truly willing to work on the relationship. And I don't think things from that post, I don't know him, so I can't really speak, but it's giving immature. So it's giving unhealed, it's giving trauma, it's giving go get a counselor, with that 6,700.
Yeah.
That would be a good
exactly. Yeah, that's just wild to me, because I would be grateful for that.
Same. Yeah, if we could have got the money that we were supposed to get, I would have been grateful. So I can you imagine 6,700.
Exactly. I'm like, you're complaining, and there's people who straight up do not pay or get child support. Okay, so please stop. That's basically what we're saying. Please stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Anyways, what else do you want to talk about? What else do you have that you found interesting?
I thought this was funny, not really interesting so much. But the TikToker who went viral begging her fans for money after accidentally ordering $100,000 couch, admitting the whole thing was a prank to promote her OnlyFans. So I guess she bought some, and it's a ratty couch. Like, it's a really bad looking couch, like the kind of thing nobody buys on Craigslist. But I guess she like bought it as a joke for $100,000. And
so she actually she actually purchased it.
I think so. Or it says accidentally bought $100,000 couch. And
as a prank to promote her OnlyFans.
I hate to say it, contrived and like kind of like dumb. Actually, like, how is that gonna promote your OnlyFans?
And my thing is, even if you are promoting your OnlyFans, you're not gonna pay $100,000, so you're not making like a profit yet. You're in the negative. You're in debt. So
exactly.
I don't know how that was. How is that a prank? And like anything falls, even that falls back on you, not your fans. Like a prank is like, oh yeah, that's funny, it's a joke. But you actually now have if she really has a couch, you have a couch now that you had to pay that. I'm not getting the prank, but all right.
Me either. It was just like a really poor. It feels very like attention grabby and like but just not thought out.
Cancel culture. She needs to be canceled. If you're going to those types of lanes to get any type of attention and notoriety and to be seen, it's giving cancel. Please, it's just giving cancel.
Apparently, she dated Lil Nas X, or she went somewhere with Lil Nas X. I don't know if they dated.
Well, I was isn't he gay? Like, he likes men, right?
Yeah. but I think she was just photographed with him. And she was living in 2022. She was living with Diplo, who was 41 and 22 years older than her. I hate to say it, but like out here, that is so common. The whole sugar daddy, sugar baby thing, like it's nasty. I like baby barf every time I see that.
Honestly, I'm not mad at the whole sugar daddy, sugar baby thing because get your money how you get your money. However, what is creepy to me is when that is like, if you're genuinely interested in that person, then cool, fine, and dandy. I don't think it should be a matter of like using anyone unless the terms are set up for that. But it seems like, you know, I don't know their relationship, but I mean, she's very like do anything to get attention and things like that on her. Like if you're going to be a sugar baby, it's kind of like a side piece. Know your role. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's not to seek notoriety. It's because you want to be in that role for, you know, typically financial reasons.
Yeah.
So,
or you just really like taking care of lonely old men.
Well, you're on your own on that one. I don't think that's justifiable, so that we're not going to put it
lonely. That's what they say.
Well, me too. With your money. So
lonely and horny at the same time. Okay, Raj.
Oh my God forbid. Oh my God. You're gonna be all right, buddy. God forbid you get blue balls.
So some of them be so old, blue balls might take them out.
If they have sex with a young girl, I'm sure that
would take them out too.
Take them out too. At least get on the insurance policy first before you croak them out. Give them the goodies.
I'm like, don't you have a colonoscopy to get? Don't you have a colonoscopy?
Don't you got a doctor's appointment to go for your high cholesterol? Right? Don't you need to go pick up some medicine from the CVS? Like, sir,
right? It's like you trying to DM somebody. You need to be going to the doctor.
Seriously, DM that doctor about that blood pressure, the high cholesterol medicine, please.
Right?
You already got your priorities.
2 months. Please stop trying to talk to somebody. Sit down. No.
Seriously. But you know, men, they like really benefit from relationships. It keeps them like alive longer, apparently. Go figure.
No, I think it does. There's been studies that show that like then men who are married or with and have some connection to women live longer than men who are single.
But that's because they have someone to take care of them. So
yeah. And I don't think it's because the men, it's like a biological thing. I think it's like purely social factors, purely environmental factors. Like probably if there's a woman, they're probably trying to eat healthier slightly, at least a little bit. Trying not to like drink themselves into oblivion. Trying not to,
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I really think it's because somebody else is like taking care of them. Like, you know, say most men have this traditional idea of what marriage and being with a woman should be, and she has to cook, clean, and provide for him. So he takes on less stress, less burdens, less problems. He just goes to work, comes back home, has a good time, gets his rocks off, right? Versus like a female in that situation, cook, clean, raise the children, still work, like plan a future for these children and all these other things that, you know, dad doesn't have to do. So, you know, you get to you get to enjoy your life and have fun and live stress-free for the most part. In some cases where the guy takes on the more stereotypical, I guess you could say, role of being the bare minimum.
So desperate. That's why I think some of them are so like desperate to be in relationships with women, because women ease the burden of their own life
a lot. Mm-hmm. A lot. So I think that's why a lot of it happens, which is why, you know, you have people like sugar daddies, I mean, I've seen like different things about,
sugar daddies can afford to pay other people. They can afford to pay other people to do it.
Like, that's what I was going to say. Like in those cases, they're usually older, richer males, right? And they're just lonely, I think. Like they want some type of companion. I've seen, I guess an interview, I guess you could say, with an escort. She had a lot of older clients or whatever. And she would say most of the time she would like just talk with them, hang out with them. Like it was about, you know, companionship more than it was about sex.
So
yeah, I think also a lot of them lack like social skills and social graces too. So it's difficult for them to make connections with women on their own. Does that make sense?
I mean,
that's what I hear from the escorts. Okay, when I watch the videos, I hear that like they're like some of them are very socially awkward and like can't. If it wasn't for this arrangement, they wouldn't be able to make like connections with people because they're so like socially awkward off it.
It's fair.
Which I can understand. Because I'm thinking about the type of dudes who have that money and would have that level of access. They tend to not be the most like, hey, how you doing? My name is so and so, and they don't necessarily join clubs and like, try to like meet people organically.
Yeah. Fair.
That's at least been when I've been around people who are like that. They tend to be less, they're not conversation starters. They're not the type to like, they'd be boring, really. Like, that's the truth. They really be boring. Like, and that's why people don't pay attention to them. Like, the guy could be loaded, but you're sitting there like, you can't, like, how's the weather? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that kind of stuff.
That's fair. That's funny.
It's the truth.
Actually, like pulling teeth to get any type of conversation.
Which most women aren't gonna, after a while, you'd be like, well, I can't really talk to you, so I don't know really about you as a person, so it kind of puts you off.
Sure, I can see that.
When they pay somebody, like an escort, then it's like it gets rid of that. They know that they're being paid for a service, so like the escort's probably gonna try to initiate and like and look past the oddities about that person because they're getting paid.
Yeah, true. Okay, so tell me how you feel about Chateau Sheree and She by Sheree.
So get that Sheen by Sheree.
I'm dead. Oh my God. Yeah, no, seriously.
I think Sheree needs to honestly rethink or give it up.
Just give it up. I don't even think she needs to rethink because She by Sheree has been to me, it feels like 20 years. 25. Okay. I remember when Housewives first came out and she was trying to get Chateau by Sheree together and She by Sheree out. Like, I don't understand how it takes that long to get clothes samples and a business started.
Exactly.
I'm not understanding. So, and then the samples that I think she had, I want to say it was a Shade Room interview that I saw on YouTube. And she like showed some pieces or whatever, cheap quality, not good quality. I wouldn't pay for it. And I think she didn't discuss any prices, but she was saying how she's waiting on more samples and X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. And it was supposed to be just kind of like an everyday clothes type of line. So then she came out with another picture recently where she's at this like event or whatever. And the event had like booths or whatever. The booth is so small. She has one rack of clothes and one style of each. So how are you supposed to buy anything? Definitely giving Shein. And it's all workout clothes. Where do we switch to a workout brand? So I was just like, Sheree, she just needs to let it go. Just let it go.
I agree. At this point, I think she's made more of a mockery out of it, unfortunately, than she probably originally intended for it to be, but it doesn't feel like they're getting high quality like material. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wonder if she does it to stay relevant, like to keep some level of attention on her, like some other people.
Yeah. She very well could be doing that just to stay relevant.
Yeah, I think so.
Is she still in the Housewives? She was like on, off. Like she's been one of the people like back and forth all throughout the seasons.
But what does she do for like a living? Like, is she just collecting child support?
Like a socialite. I think that was at one point probably. But then she's like a socialite. She does the show. So that's income. And then I'm sure she probably does other like engagements and bookings and things like that. She gets paid just because of her name now. She's like famous.
So famous. She's an influencer. That's it.
But people will pay for that. She's got more of a name than the average person.
Well, more than me, but
right. So I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't be me, but like, yeah. I think the issue with this too is like all the Real Housewives, they try to be like, I'm a mogul. I'm going to start this business and that business. And like, yes, we hear that. And nothing wrong with you being like a mogul and having your hand in multiple pots. But it becomes disingenuous to the audience, to your fans, because it's like, you can't be good at 85 things.
True. Yeah. So, I think also too that like, it's okay to like function where you can benefit, right? So if that's social media, let it just be social media. If that's doing TV show and being a personality, just do that. Like Sheree, I don't know. I mean, other than being a laughing stock, I'm not really sure why we keep doing this clothing line.
I think it's she should have. I mean, and this isn't, to me, this is like a half behind attempt to really save her name. And I feel like
maybe
what do you need to save your name for at this point? Like, I hate to say it, but like people probably forgot about She by Sheree, number one. But number two, nobody after 14 years, nobody is checking for She by Sheree. And so if you don't come out with it being top tier amazing after 14 years, what was it for? You know?
I mean, after this many years, like you would expect top tier quality. Exactly. You know what I mean?
I want
like it's been so many years.
I want Chanel, Dior.
Thank you.
I'm
expecting fucking Hermes. Okay. Exactly. I'm expecting Versace. I'm talking Alexander McQueen. Okay.
Yeah.
Vera Wang. And she was giving straight up Shein. I don't even shop at Shein. I go to Goodwill. Exactly. I'm going to Goodwill. Like you get better quality at Goodwill. And you're probably going to find some Shein there that's cheaper. So it's like, ma'am.
And she's not keeping pulse with the times of fashion because it's not that athleisure isn't a thing. Like people still do athleisure. But not nearly. I mean, it
wasn't even the athleisure that got me. It was because when she did the house tour and like she shows a little bit of like her working studio where she does like Chateau or the She by Sheree stuff. And it was literally like all types of clothes. It was like, and she was like saying like, this is coming, that's coming, blah, blah, blah. And then she drops this picture at this event and it's only exercise. Like, Miss Ma'am, what is it? It's giving confusion.
I heard it was expensive.
Yeah. She like the website is I think live. Yeah, it's
like, girl, give it up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only workout clothes, I think.
I think she needs to give it up.
The sticker is $6.72. The mug, like a drinking mug, average size, nothing special, is $18.02. First of all, these prices, where do we get these from? Just a regular tank top. She can, she will, and she did. All it got on it, $42. A tumbler, like I'm talking a regular tumbler you could get off of what's that little website where you just go in there, put your logo on it, and you order it. $40. She's a Star hoodie set, $252.
Right.
Oof. It's just giving, and I'm talking like it's nothing like it's really nothing on. She got sweatpants, a sweatshirt, jogger. The joggers alone are $162.
Babe.
Oh, I'm dead. You got these see-through leggings that I would never wear in my life. $162. The socks are $32. One pair of socks. It's just giving straight up Shein. Seriously. Oh God. But yeah, so that's our thoughts on Sheree.
Oh, Sheree. They honestly, I'm like still sort of surprised that they're even doing Real Housewives anymore.
True.
Like, I don't know why I just thought that would be donezo by now, but I guess the Kardashians are still on air, so.
Yeah, but I think they're fading out too. So.
I mean, I think people are more critical of them than celebratory of them. So I think the Kardashian era is winding down.
I think that's very true, but I also think that the Kardashians will be relevant because they have such a high hold on the younger generation. Like every generation that come in is like, oh, well, they look up to the Kardashians. So I think that's what's appealing. And also too, now you have like Kylie and Kendall. So those are like what you achieve to be now. And then you'll have their kids, I'm sure, like Northwest is going to make a name for herself. I truly believe she's very similar to her dad. So I don't think she'll be far. I think Kylie's kids, for the little one, she seems like she could be a little sassy, to do her thing too. So to me, she's going to keep going. So I'm not mad. We have to do an episode on Kris Jenner because that's my girl.
Momager or pimp? Let's get the name of the episode.
Seriously. But yeah, so we're going to wrap up because we're running out of time. But yeah, this was fun. I like doing the visual. It's different.
Yes. Should we do one more spin on the costume so people can see?
Sure, let's do it.
All right. You want to go first?
Right. Here we are in my workout gear. You see? I'm not going to show the back because it's giving a lot, but here we are. Workout. Carve around Lenny. Oh, let me get my weight. Here we go.
I'm not going to spin around the back because I don't know what's going to pop out back there.
Have a caboose. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. It's been great. We hope to see you guys in the next one. Our next one's actually going to be visual too. So look out for our costumes that we'll be wearing in that episode. And yeah.
All right. See you next one.
Bye.
Bye, guys.